today I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the Liver King. This subject is just ultimately irritating to me. But I've had multiple people ask me about it, and a couple of my friends are like, "Chad, you got to do a podcast on the Liver King. Like, it could help increase your followers and do this and do that." So here it is. I'm going to do it, hoping I can get a few more followers. Hopefully I can get some people to kind of wake up to reality and start using our minds instead of our emotions to make decisions. For those of you that don't know, the Liver King is this jacked up dude with a big old beard and long hair. And he makes all these weird videos and he talks about eating raw meat and raw organs. And he has a supplement company, and I guess he has some other companies. And he talks about I think it's the 9 ancestral tenets to live by. And he emphatically claimed he's never used steroids, will never use steroids, not going to use steroids. And I mean, he didn't just say, "No, I don't use steroids." Like, he was emphatic to make the point that you don't need steroids, you shouldn't use steroids. You know, it wasn't, "Hey, I don't want to talk about that. You know what? I'm not going to answer that question." He lied. He lied, and there's no other way you can state it other than the fact that he lied. One of the guys came out that I guess had been helping him with his steroids. On his podcast, he came out and he showed the emails, and he's like, "Here's this, here's that," which even when I first heard that, I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, how the hell do I know? And to be quite honest with you, I've seen the Liver King's videos and I saw some of the stuff that he did. I didn't give a shit. Like, I knew what he was talking about was, again, far spectrum. To compare it to politics, far right or far left. It's way out there in the extreme, and I just don't believe the extreme to that content. It's not, if you push anything that far, something's going to be tweaked. Something's not true. Something's going on that's BS. So I really never gave him a whole lot of thought. Never gave what he said a whole lot of thought. I've never followed him on his massive amount of Instagram fans or anything else. I did look at some of the stuff up before I made this video. I looked up his apology, which he actually came out and apologized and admitted to it. But I kind of figured he was on anyway. I know some guys that have done some serious, amazing stuff clean. In the world of strength, when I started out, I took being clean really far, and I put up some crazy numbers. So even when people, "Do you think the Liver King's natty?" I'd be like, "Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know, and I really don't care." He could be natural. I tend to think he's probably not, but he could be, so I really don't care either way. Because I know people that have done crazy stuff drug-free. I know some very genetic dudes that look pretty damn good. They're not as jacked as he was, but they look pretty good. So I have no idea what his life is. I have no idea what he does. I didn't care. So now it's become a big popular thing. And I did a video on my Instagram like, I don't care about him. I don't care if he's using. Like, I don't give a shit. And I still don't. But what I do care about is I care about listening to his BS apology. I care about some of the stuff he talked about. And I care about the fact that people out there believed him. And I care about all the people that I know that are great coaches and putting out great content, and they don't have millions of followers. They're out there telling the truth about what they're doing. They're telling the truth about what works. And they're giving people honest, great information. Yet they don't have millions of followers. And that's kind of messed up. Like, people will believe the bullshit people, and they won't believe the people that are telling them the truth, because they believe what they want to hear and what they want to believe instead of what actually is the truth. And that irritates me. And that's my problem. So, I just watched his apology video again, trying to give the guy the benefit of the doubt, but I just don't buy it. Like, nothing he says makes any real sense. He says, I did not expect to be in the public eye like this. What do you mean you didn't expect to? You actually hired a company to do your social media and to help you build this Liver King persona. So what do you mean you didn't expect to be in the public eye? You wanted to be in the public eye. You created an image to live in the public eye. So how are you saying you didn't expect it? You didn't think you would be successful? You thought you would fail? Is that what you're saying? Like, that doesn't make sense. And then he talks about it being tricky as fuck to navigate. Really? I'm in the public eye. I'm not famous. I don't find it tricky at all. I just tell the truth. Here's what I've been through. Here's what I've dealt with. Here's how I got the strength that I had. Here's what I'm doing now. Here's how what I said in the past changes a little bit because I continue to grow and I continue to learn and I continue to modify. And now I'm working with more clients. So I'm learning new stuff all the time. I'm still going to seminars. It doesn't seem very tricky at all to me. Just tell the fucking truth. Seems pretty simple. So then I'm just going over some notes I wrote about as I was listening to his insanity. And he talks about his experiment to spread the message. Okay. So now you're admitting you did want to be in the public eye because you wanted to spread your message. Well, you just said you didn't. You said earlier that you didn't expect to be in the public eye. So I'm a little lost on what the hell he's trying to say here. And he talks about bringing awareness to the 4,000 people a day that kill themselves and 80,000 people that try to kill themselves. So that's your goal, and that's what you want to do, and that's what you want to help people. And so you think making videos of you eating raw organs and never wearing your shirt and glorifying a physical presence is going to help these people not want to kill themselves. Interesting. That is a tactic I have not tried. And see, this is near and dear to my heart because I've spoken openly about my depression. I've spoken openly about my suicidal thoughts and the deep, dark hole that I was in and trying not to kill myself. But all I really got to do, instead of talking about it and being honest about it, is lie about it, hang out without my shirt off, and make a bunch of stupid-ass videos and make claims that, oh, just eat raw organs and raw meat and, like, walk barefoot in nature. Come on, man. Sorry to quote Biden there. Come on, man. Really, let's use our heads. Let's use our common sense and actually think about this crap for a while. And I'm not saying eating healthy. I'm not saying exercise. Well, here, let me correct that. Eating healthier, exercising, getting in nature. These are all things that can seriously help depression, autoimmune disorders, low ambition, infertility. Like, these are all things that can help all of that. But I'm not running around with my damn shirt off telling you to go eat all this raw meat. I'm telling you there's a lot of different things out there that work, and you have to find what works for you. And I'm going to tell you the stuff that straight out is known to help. I actually looked up his 9 ancestral tenets. And I kind of agree with some of them, but I really think it should be 10 ancestral tenets, and number 10 should be don't fucking lie. Like, be honest with yourself and everyone else. So I think that's a huge tenet that he could add into this. And then he goes on to talk about it overshadowing his 30 plus years of training, usually twice a day. Well, if you're training so much and you're training twice a day, that's kind of a sign that you are doing some sort of drugs to help you recover, because most normal people, most natty people can't do that and build muscle. Like, they're going to end up overtraining and screwing themselves up. So that again makes me question. This was one of the things when back in the steroid baseball thing, I heard Barry Bonds talking about how often he trains and how hard he trains. And I'm like, well, you just kind of admitted that you're doing something to help you recover. He didn't want to send the wrong message to 15-year-old boys. Okay, so I'm unclear. Was the message that you want them to be liars? And it's okay that they lie if they say that, if they convince themselves that it's something they think is right? Like what really is the message? If you want to send a message to 15-year-old boys, why not try the truth? Why not try honesty? You know, and then he went on to claim that I think there is a time where medical and hormone replacement can help and da-da-da-da. Okay, well, why weren't you honest about that? Tell the 15-year-old kids, like, listen, you're 15. You're pumped up with tons of shit. It's almost like you're on steroids naturally right now. So train hard, train smart, train with heart, train with will, and make tons of gains. You don't need steroids. There's no reason for you to even think about steroids. Work on your technique. Work on your programming. Work on your flexibility, your athleticism. Like, learn what you're doing. Oy vey. Talks about how he was rich before starting this persona, and his companies were still growing. Okay, well then why did you do it? Like, you keep bringing up money. Why did you do it? If you were rich to begin with and everything was going good, why did you start this persona? Oh, that's right, because you wanted to help people. Oh, but you wanted to help them by lying to them. Oh, so you're so smart that your lies are okay because you're helping everyone else. Ugh, why? Why? I want an honest answer. Why did you do this? Like, and stop lying to yourself. Don't lie to me. Like, truthfully, why did you do it? And then he starts talking about the 85% of the people that have self-esteem issues, and he's one of those. So, okay, so it was self-esteem issues is why you lied. That's why you walk around with your shirt off all the time. And steroids helped you with your self-esteem problem. He actually said that it helped him with his self-esteem problem. Really? I'm pretty sure your self-esteem problem is not solved. Seems to me like it's an even bigger issue than you want to admit to yourself. If steroids helped you with your self-esteem issue problem, your self-esteem issue problem is way the fuck bigger than steroids. Because you just told me you got leaner, you got bigger, and that helped your self-esteem problem. No, it didn't help your self-esteem problem because it's still based around what you look like. Apparently, you have huge issues with what you look like, and you need to meet this certain criteria. Otherwise, you can't have self-esteem. Well, your self-esteem goes way deeper than just how you physically look, buddy. Think about it. Like, just think about it. Seriously, I'm not a genius. I'm not a psychologist. This is all pretty simple shit. Frustrating. The whole thing's frustrating as hell to me. And again, it's not, I don't care about him. I don't care what he does. Man, if that guy wants to come on my podcast, I will welcome it with open arms. I would love to have him on my podcast because I would love to sit down and talk about this shit and maybe get some straight answers. But what he's doing is not right. And coming on and apologizing with the shit-ass apology and making all these other excuses is not right. Like, dude, just come on and go, listen, yeah, I wanted to be famous. I got famous. I was a millionaire before. I'm a millionaire now. But now I'm famous and I wanted to be famous. Don't say you didn't want to be famous. Why the hell did you start this? What did you think would happen when you went and hired a company to help you build this persona? And I hope to God people aren't believing this bullshit. He lied to you before. Do you really think that his apology is going to be the truth now? And he admitted multiple things in there that don't make sense. And then he goes on to say the steroids helped him with his self-esteem problem. You're worried about what 15-year-old kids think But you're going to say that steroids help your self-esteem problem. Can you not, can he honestly not see how horrible that is? How many 15-year-old kids watched that apology and went, see, my self-esteem, I just need to get on steroids and get bigger, stronger, and leaner? No, if you're a 15-year-old kid out there and you're listening to this, no, that is not right. If you want to get bigger and you want to get stronger and you want to be leaner, I'm all for that. But don't do it thinking it's going to solve your self-esteem problems, because it's not. Whatever's going on inside you needs to be worked on, and it can be worked on, and you can fix it. But don't listen to this idiot. Really, I cannot believe that and I hope whoever's listening to this, like, go to my Instagram and leave me a message, or I'll probably post this video on my Instagram. This is crazy. This is insanity. This is true insanity. You can get stronger. You can get leaner. You can get healthier. You can increase your quality of life. You can help if you have problems mentally, you can make them better. I'm freaking proof that you can make them better. And I'm not even getting up here going, hey, I did it good. I ate freaking buffalo nuts. Now I'm healthy. No, I'm still working on myself every day, but I'm way the hell better than I ever been. And I'm carving out a life that I want. But you know what? It takes time. It takes hard work. There is no miracle cure. You're not going to get strong from some drug, whether it be a steroid or not. I know lots of guys that do steroids that are weak as shit, in my mind. When I was drug-free, I would beat the crap out of guys that were on drugs. I just did it right. I was willing to put in the work. I was willing to learn. I was willing to study. I was willing to have the discipline and consistency. And I looked at things with common sense, and I learned from the best in the world. So taking steroids is no different than listening to this idiot in my mind and going, I'm going to eat just liver and I'm going to eat all these organs. Come on, man. Come on, people. We're better than this. We're smarter than this. Yes, we have emotions. Yes, we have feelings. We can't always go by them, though. Use your common sense. Use your brain. Stop believing in people like this. There's tons and tons of people on social media that are out there that truly want to help other people and truly want you to be successful. And that's why they're telling you the truth and not blowing smoke up your butt. Go follow those people. Find those people that are telling you the truth and listen to them. Like, if you're going to fork over your money and you're going to help people get rich, help make good people rich, not people that are lying to you. That's all. It's craziness. This is absolute craziness. I can't believe I even making a podcast about it. Oh, man. It's just, I just get tired of seeing all this stuff. In this day and age, man, more than anything, we need some truth. We need some honesty. We need to stop looking for shit that's not there. Like all the physical and health and mental health. It's time and hard work. It's consistency. It's stopping all the lies we tell ourselves and seeing what's actually there. So if somebody's telling you it's easy and it's a piece of cake, they're full of shit. In principle, it's easy. Be honest. It's just what I said. Be honest with yourself. Work hard. Work consistent. Learn. Listen to your body. Educate yourself about yourself. The principles are easy, but it takes time and it takes work. But it's not going to happen overnight. It's not easy like, oh, I'm going to easily do this. I'm just going to take this pill and this drink and everything's going to happen for me. Yeah, steroids work. They work better for some people than other people, but they work. They don't work if you're just doing steroids. They don't work if you don't know how to train. If you got shitty technique and shitty programming, you're going to get on steroids and be a little bit smaller, but you're still going to be as shitty as your programming and your technique. If your nutrition sucks and you don't pay attention to recovery, you're going to take steroids and you're going to be a little better than the shitty that you were. So even if you are thinking about steroids, get all your other shit in order first. And if you're mid-20s to younger, don't do it. You don't need it. Get everything else in line first. They're performance-enhancing drugs for a reason. They enhance what you have. If you're shit, they enhance your shit. If you're really good, if you're great, they're going to enhance it and you're going to be a little bit greater. Okay, I got to stop. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep ranting about this. Absolute craziness. Unbelievable. I don't care about him. I don't care about his steroid use. I do care about the effect that this is having on people and what people are seeing. And I hope this is one of those things where, and this has happened, this has happened so many times in the past. There's so many people, Mark McGuire, when he was in tears in his congressional meeting about not being on steroids, well, he was on steroids. There was a couple of the track athletes, she's bawling in tears saying she's clean and people are accusing her of this. Well, she was on too. People will lie, and people will lie emphatically, and it's hard to not want to believe in them. But use your common sense. Use your common sense. Think about it. Look at what's going on. What are their motives? What are they trying to do? Why are they doing it? I mean, even now, he wants to... I'm seeing conflicting stuff on what he's actually doing now. I'm hearing these numbers of $11,000 a month in growth hormone. Well, that's a shit ton of growth hormone. I mean, that's a shit ton of growth hormone. So, man, just use your common sense. There's plenty of truth out there, but you've got to want to hear the truth. You've got to want to understand the truth about yourself and who you are. And you got to search it out. And honestly, that's the way it should be. I mean, I don't think there should be so many shitty people that are out there lying to you. But, like, the truth's a good thing. Shouldn't we have to work for it a little bit? I mean, it doesn't seem so wrong to me. Until next time, I'm out of here. Use your head. Use your common sense. Because you have greatness inside you. But you got to fight for it. It's going to take work and it's going to take time. But it is there if you want to pull it out. If you want to work for your greatness.